This is the Reviewing Network Live, a weekly stream of consciousness recording session where I sit back with you folks out there, talk about some of the big news stories from the past week, and some other things I found that might be of amusement to you out there. I think you might get a kick out of it. Now, these are more like audio podcasts and are much longer than my usual videos and are also, for the most part, unedited and will contain some foul language. So, if you're easily offended by that, I advise you to maybe step back a bit, maybe go somewhere else. But hey, if you're up to the challenge, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Thanks. For the 86th time ever, we are live, everybody, on this Thursday night. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Reviewing Network Live from the Reviewing Network Studios, of course. But we are here tonight on this Thursday evening, April 24th, because we have the NFL Draft going on in Green Bay. We're literally about 4 minutes away from 8 o'clock. That's when it's supposed to kick off, but of course we're going to probably have some pre-show before this, and then it'll be all about the picks, and I think everybody pretty much already knows who's going to be the number one pick overall. I think it's widely expected to be Cam Ward out of Miami going to the Tennessee Titans, and then after that, all bets are off, man. All bets are off indeed, because we've got Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and then of course, where is Shedeur Sanders going to go? There's a lot of people mocking him to Pittsburgh. I hope that's the case, but the Steelers are at 21, and they've got 6 picks overall in this draft tonight, so it's going to be really hard to do, and hopefully it's going to help work out in the favor of the Steelers, but surprisingly, we have not had any major draft day trades at this point, except, for, of course, we did have one major draft day trade for Saturday. The Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns swapped picks, so other than that, though, everybody who had their picks before the season ended pretty much has them where they're at right now. It's going to be, as I said, Tennessee first, then Cleveland, the New York Giants, the New England Patriots, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Jets, the Panthers, the Saints, the Bears, the 49ers, Cowboys, Dolphins, Colts, Atlanta, Arizona, Cincinnati, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Denver, Pittsburgh, Los Angeles Chargers, Green Bay, Minnesota, Houston, the Los Angeles Rams, who could potentially be one of those sneaky teams going up for a quarterback if things work out in their favor. I feel like they're going to be the ones that might have a shot at somebody like a Jalen Moreau or Jackson Dart, depending on how the rest of the night goes. I feel like Shedeur Sanders is going to be the second quarterback taken, but after the Rams, it'll be Baltimore, and then after that, I believe it's either Washington or Buffalo. I think it's Washington, because Buffalo follows that, and then Kansas City, and then, of course, the Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. So we're just about ready to get started here, and as soon as the official word is out that the draft is officially open, I will be back. So stay tuned, because we will be back. And I'm going to go ahead and eat my dinner here. And some of you might be thinking I'm kidding about me eating dinner. No, I literally have my dinner sitting right here. Cameraman, turn it back onto me for a second. So yeah, I have a steak, I have some rice, and I have a couple of biscuits right here. That's why basically I'm holding the phone right now in my little standee that I use here. So we're just about to get underway here. The broadcast has just started. They're kind of just summing up everything that's been going on so far. Not much, but we should hear Roger Goodell coming up pretty soon to open the draft up, and Cam Ward should be the first pick. And then after that, buckle up, folks. This is going to be a very, very interesting night, to say the least. So there you go. We are officially underway. We got all the Packer legends out there, and that's probably a setup that they made up there. It's like some people would say that Donald Trump didn't really say the Bears still suck, but knowing Donald Trump, he probably said it. But anyway, the countdown is on. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock right now with about 10 minutes to go. Really should not take this long to do, honestly, but I mean, you never know. They could pull out a surprise here. They could be like, everyone's talking about Shedeur Sanders. Welcome, we'll take him. Let someone else take Cam Ward. But I really don't think that's going to happen. But supposedly I saw on social media that Cleveland might be doing something at number 2. They might be trading down maybe or something like that. But they always say that, but we shall see. I'm also going to try to stay off of Twitter because, yeah, I think the feed from the NFL Network and my Twitter feed are about a minute apart because I know from last year they were already revealing draft picks on Twitter before they even started playing them on TV. So I'm going to try to stay off of there as much as I can, but they're just showing Cam Ward on the screen right now, so we're going to see what the Tennessee Titans are going to do, and it looks like he will be the Titans' future quarterback. One would think, but still got about 8 minutes to go, so they might just go ahead and just waste all the time they can. I'm probably not going to hear it until about 20 after 8, so we'll see what happens, and I will be back when it happens. Well, they just said on TV that New Orleans was considering, Cleveland and New York were also considering to move up to the number 1 spot, so that does not give me any hope that we're going to land Shedeur Sanders. But the pick is in right now for Tennessee, and they said they've got their guy for the future, so we're going to find out in a matter of moments what we all pretty much know already. It's more than likely going to be Cam Ward, which, yeah, wouldn't be that surprising, but considering that this is the draft and anything can happen, we will see what happens. But this should not be a shocker at all, I would think. And here we go. Cleveland's on the clock. Here comes the commissioner with the number 1 pick. Good Lord, that's a massive crowd in Green Bay. I mean, Pittsburgh, you have a lot of things to worry about next year if you're going to try to beat this, because this is pretty huge, man. Here he comes. I just love how Roger Goodell's just like, come on, you motherfuckers, I can take it. What a shocker. Yeah, not really much of a surprise there. I don't know. It feels like they're kind of like talking him down this year compared to years past where, like last year they were talking about Caleb Williams being the next great Patrick Mahomes type quarterback, and that really hasn't transpired. Not really his fault. He just had a terrible coach, but hopefully Ben Johnson can turn that around. But Cam Ward is the first selection, so that's not really much of a surprise as he's walking out of the green room. And now, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because after that, it's all a roller coaster from here. Is Cleveland going to pick a QB next, or will they go for Travis Hunter? Only one way to find out. I'll see you when the pick is in. Not even 2 minutes after I stop recording, Jacksonville has moved up to the number 2 spot. Jacksonville trades the 5th pick, 2nd round pick, 4th round pick, and a 1st rounder next year to the Cleveland Browns for the Browns' 2nd overall pick, the 4th round pick, and a 6th round pick. So wow, Jacksonville with a big blockbuster trade there. When I heard blockbuster trade, I thought they traded Trevor Lawrence to the Browns. I mean, it wouldn't have been that shocking at all, but Liam Cohen, man, making a big, bold move, which I have to think it's got to be Travis Hunter here. And I mean, Cleveland was trying to get more draft picks, so yeah, we really should not have expected this to be that much of a shocker overall, but it's going to be very interesting to see where they go here. I'm thinking they're going Travis Hunter. It's got to be that. We'll see. We'll see more in just a little bit. Be right back. All right, the pick is in. What if this is like another Mitchell Trubisky, like the Jaguars are actually going after Sanders? Like, I'm worried now, because if it's not Jacksonville, Cleveland's going to probably try to sneak up and get him. But, yeah, I think it's going to be Travis Hunter, but, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it'd be crazy to think they're going to get rid of Trevor Lawrence just like that. But let's wait to see when the commissioner comes out. Unless they're trying to go maybe for Ashton Genty, but I don't know. I don't think they were talking about maybe Jacksonville moving up to go get him or waiting for him to drop at number 5. I mean, I guess if the Giants really are going to go after him, but I don't know. I'm thinking right now it's probably more than likely Travis Hunter, but it could be Ashton Genty. I don't think it's going to be Abdul Carter, but we will see. It's just kind of killing time here because it looks like they're getting ready to head to the pick. It says pick is in. Yeah, like, why would they get Trevor Lawrence, a new head coach, and Liam Cohen, and then just say, yeah, we're going to go ahead and replace you with Shedeur Sanders? That just seems like it's completely unlikely, but then again, you never know. I mean, we didn't think that Chicago was going to pass up on somebody like a Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson for Mitchell Trubisky and move up to get him. So we will see what happens here, as it looks like they're getting ready for the commissioner to come out. 15 seconds. All right, here we go. And it looks like there's a special guest coming out. Eric Armstead. Looks like Eric Armstead's going to go out and get the pick out here.
While we are here tonight to celebrate the 32 young men entering the NFL, I'm honored to take a moment to recognize a player who's made a profound community.
God, there's a lot of people there. It's like, it literally feels like you're at a rock concert, like you're at the concert at the end of Bohemian Rhapsody. So let's see who this is.
We have a trade.
No shit.
The Cleveland Browns have traded the second pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And with the second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter.
There it is. There it is. It's man. Wow. Interesting choice. Interesting choice indeed. Oh, and I love how they got the music playing now for the people that are coming out. Like, there was a thing earlier today that showed all the walkout songs that they're going to have. Like most people don't want to hear, they aren't even going to hear that. But this is a shocker overall. Like, I can't believe. Like, hey, kudos to Jacksonville, man. They got probably the best overall player in this draft, because not only is he a great wide receiver, he's a great defender too, and you don't usually see that a dual player like that. So, yeah, this is very interesting that Jacksonville did this. And hey, Jacksonville needed it. Jacksonville needed to get somebody to help Trevor Lawrence out, and I think they're going to be really, really good going into next year now. I mean, with him, Brian Thomas Jr., I mean, the possibilities are endless of where Jacksonville can go here. So, first big trade of the evening, and it's Travis Hunter going to the Jaguars at number 2. And we assume the Giants are going to be next, but we will see. Stick around. New York Giants are going to make a pick here, so I wonder if this means they're going to go Ashton Genty or maybe Abdul Carter. Or maybe Shedeur Sanders. I mean, it could be one of those three. Looking at their offense, yeah, the offense definitely could use some help here. So I think maybe it's going to be Ashton Genty. It's going to probably be Ashton Genty or Abdul Carter. I don't think they're going to go Shedeur Sanders. At least that's part of me thinks that they're not going to do that, but we'll see. But keep in mind, this is also the same team that drafted way up to get Daniel Jones. Actually, I think I'll do this more often, holding the mic stand as I'm doing this, because it feels like I'm in combat right now, watching this as it happens. We're here at the draft right now, and they're about to announce the New York Giants pick here, and there's a lot of people around me, as you can see. That would explain the noise in the background, the fans going on in the background, because yeah, it's fucking hot, thanks to Randy Marsh, son of a bitch. I mean, it's still very, very hot out here, but I mean, not really hot. It's much warmer than it needs to be. It was like 80s today, which, I mean, it's not summertime, man. Come on. I want the cool temperatures again. But anyway, the Giants are about to select, and we're going to find out who it's going to be. My thinking, either Ashton Genty or Abdul Carter, but could be a quarterback. Here we go. Yep. That means probably... Oh, man, New England's going to get him. New England's going to get Ashton Genty, I think. Which, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Giants needed some help on the offensive front. I mean, yeah, Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston are your quarterbacks, but who's your running backs? Like, who's the big running back they have now? Oh, wait, they had Saquon Barkley, but, of course, he's not there anymore. But yeah, that probably means that Ashton Genty's going to the Patriots. So Abdul Carter's coming out, and I will be back with the 4th pick. All right, the pick is in for the Patriots. Mike Vrabel's first year as the head coach of New England. I'm thinking it's going to be Ashton Genty, although I've been talking to people saying they need O-line help, and I don't know. I think it's too early for them to go O-line. I think they're going for the best player available, which I think it's going to be Ashton Genty. Here we go. Oh, my buddy was right. They need offensive line help, so yeah, get help for Drake May as much as you can. But then that means could Cleveland go Ashton Genty? Because the Raiders are trying to go after Ashton Genty too. And keep in mind, they haven't re-signed Nick Chubb yet. Excuse me, I'm still eating while I'm doing this. Yeah. So that probably means Genty's going to the Browns, maybe. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But Will Campbell, the tackle from LSU, is going to protect Drake May in the offensive line. All right, the Cleveland Browns are on the clock, and actually their pick is in, so now the Raiders are on the clock. I'm thinking they're going Ashton Genty. Because Nick Chubb is yet to sign. He's still a free agent out there. So, at least that's my thinking, but we'll see what happens here. They're saying tackle too, which could also mean a bad thing going for the Steelers if they want to try to get Sanders, because New Orleans is coming up within 4 picks, and they don't know if Derek Carr is going to be back for them next year. But here comes the pick. Excuse me. No, they went with the defensive tackle. That's a shocker. So they gave Myles Garrett some help on the defensive side. So I've been wrong twice already, but that probably more than likely means Ashton Genty's going to the Raiders. One would think, but I've been wrong in the last couple of ones, so we're gonna see what happens. But that's a shocker. Alrighty, the pick is in, and Raiders, if they want Ashton Genty, they can take him right now. Could be Shedeur Sanders too. It would not put it past the Raiders to do that, because after all, everyone wanted them to get the quarterback. But I don't know. Do they really think Geno Smith is the future for that team? Yep, they're not even wasting any time. Here we go. Yep. Not a shocker at all. And instantly the Raiders just got a whole lot better, which is not really much of a surprise overall. But really, that's not much of a surprise. But I guess the Raiders should count their blessings that they got him. Hey, I got one right. Well, again, I did get Cam Ward right, so. So then we've got the Jets, and then I think the most important pivotal point for the Steelers, if they want to try to get Shedeur Sanders, is coming up at number 8, Carolina. Can Pittsburgh make a deal with David Tepper, the former Steeler part owner, to potentially move ahead of New Orleans? Because I'm still concerned that New Orleans is going to try to grab him. So Ashton Genty to the Raiders, not really much of a surprise. We'll be back. All right, the pick is in for the New York Jets. Some people are thinking Tyler Warren, the best tight end available. I don't know. I don't think they're going to go quarterback on this, but pick is in, so we're going to see. I'm going to say Tyler Warren, because that was a name that was highly being touted out as. And again, they could go offensive tackle, but that probably wouldn't help the Steelers' case because New Orleans is picking 2 picks after that. Here we go. Former intern of the Jets.
With the 7th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Armand Nimbu.
That's not good. It's good for the Jets because they're going to get somebody to protect Justin Fields, but that is not looking too good for the Steelers if they're hoping to get Sanders, because at this point I think if you're going to have any chance, you got to move up ahead of them the next pick. You got to do that because that's somebody that the Saints probably were looking at to potentially replace Ryan Ramczyk, who just retired recently. But this is not looking too promising. Yeah, this is not looking too good for me. But by the way, we're in 1 draft pick, then commercial break time after we just came out of commercial break. I mean, why? Why are we doing this now? And it's literally a 2.5-minute commercial break. For what? But the Carolina Panthers made their selection, and I'm just preparing for the inevitable for the next pick. But who does Carolina select? Well, you gotta go. Maybe you get some. Well, since Tyler Warren's still available, get Bryce Young a weapon to work with. Or I think it's gonna be somebody on the offensive front. I don't know if there's anybody on the defensive side of the ball that could help them, but I'm thinking they're gonna go offense. I'm thinking maybe Tyler Warren, but we're gonna find out. They're coming back from break now. See, I didn't think that. I thought they were gonna be inside of Lambeau Field when they were making these picks, but I guess not. I guess they can't. I guess they're not allowed to use the stadiums for some reason. But Carolina's has made their pick. David Tepper Tantrum. And then New Orleans is coming up. Okay, so they did say that they need defensive help. And there's a Georgia player and no Philadelphia Eagles in sight. So Carolina can take this if they want to. Bryce Young caught a bad break last year for Carolina, and again, it was because of David Tepper. This is your franchise quarterback, and you're just pushing him off to the side because you think Andy Dalton's going to be better. And he got you a couple wins, but you have to put your investment into this. No matter what, you still have to play with Bryce Young, even though he hasn't performed as well as you should have. But that's your fault, man. That's Dave Tepper's fault when he hired that staff when he first came out of the draft. But I'm hoping for the best for him. But the pick is in, so we're going to find out who they're going to select here. Here it is. Got biscuit right now in my mouth. Just grab them in the biscuits.
With the 8th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Tyrone McMillan.
Ooh, wow. Well, I did say they need to give him a weapon, and they gave him the best wide receiver on the draft board, Tatoria McMillan from Arizona. That's pretty good. That's really, really good for Bryce Young. He gets one of the best wide receiver prospects in the draft. I figured it was going to be that, but they definitely need to give Bryce Young some weapons to work with. But that's a big one right there, Tatoria McMillan. Well, there's showing Shador. He's not on the phone with anybody. But that could be that he was on the phone with them beforehand, but just go ahead and do it, man. Just rip it off like a Band-Aid. I'm like the Joker in The Dark Knight. It's just come on, hit me. I want you to hit me. It's not come on, hit me. Because I know what's coming. Because really, who else are they going to take? The best offensive lineman is not there anymore. I just feel like they're going to do the obvious. So let's just get it over with. All right, let's get it over with.
Saints select Kelvin Banks Jr.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. We have life, people. We have life. So there's another tackle off the board. So we've got a chance. We've got a possible chance here, folks. I mean, yeah, I was waiting for it. I was literally waiting for them to say Shedeur Sanders, but from the chat that I have here, they are very, very shocked at the choice here. One of my buddies, a tackle, that's certainly a choice, and yeah, that's definitely a choice, especially, they must think Derek Carr is going to come back in some way, shape, or form next year, like, even if he misses most of the season, or maybe they're preparing for next year. I mean, after all, Arch Manning, you know, of course, Archie Manning was the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. They figure maybe if they suck badly this year, they can be in the line for the number one pick next year. At least I would think. But the Chicago Bears are coming up, and chances are, I'm pretty sure they're not going to go with a quarterback. So Tyler Warren could be an option for him right here. And there's Shedeur Sanders, showing him on the fan cam. The pick is in for Chicago as they still show him. And now it's all about the waiting game. Is this going to be like another Aaron Rodgers thing, or even my Denver is thinking about trading out too? And Pittsburgh's got to be smart on this. Oh, we've got an announcement. I thought the chicken red was Paris Hilton for some reason, but no, that's Laura from Fox. What is this announcement? Oh, the NFL schedule release. Oh, they're probably going to announce it for mid-May. Laura Rutledge, I think it is. May 14th. So that's what is it? Yeah, Wednesday, May 14th. So yeah, not really much of a surprise there. I literally thought they were going to say, everybody look under your seats. It's the NFL schedule release. We've already made it. Like it would have been, like, that's what it seems like they're setting up for. But it's just like, did you really have to go into that type of a build-up for that, honestly? Because we kind of figure that's what it's going to be. But I love how the camera's just sitting there because they know Roger Goodell's coming up. But the Chicago Bears have made their selection. I'm thinking it's going to be Tyler Warren. Oh, and of course the boos, but Roger Goodell's not out there yet. Ah, that's right. I forgot that yesterday. Thoughts? It literally sounds like he said thoughts, like Thoarts, like. Yeah, I completely forgot that was just yesterday. I'm not the only one that heard that. My buddy on there on the chat right now is telling me thoughts and prayers, like he heard it too. Well, let's see who this pick is. Probably Tyler Warren. And back to the madness. Oh, that's interesting. So it's Colston Loveland, not Tyler Warren. That's shocking. I'm actually kind of surprised they went with him instead. which probably means, I don't know, maybe San Francisco gets him, because I think they're still in contract negotiations with George Kittle, but no, I thought Tyler Warren would be the first tight end gone, but that's very, very interesting. All right, San Francisco's about to make their pick, and I just also realized they don't have Deebo Samuel anymore because they traded him to Washington, so this could be for a wide receiver. I'm trying to think of who the top wide receiver is still available, and I think it might be maybe Matthew Golden. I think Matthew Golden might still be available, but they're showing Colston Loveland in his home in Idaho. And we're going to a commercial break. Nice of them to have an ad literally saying, hey, the schedule release is coming out on May 14th, instead of having that segment there. I mean, this feels weird. Why not have that there? But yeah, one of my friends on the chat is basically saying that that he thinks Dallas might try to go after Shedeur Sanders, and the more I think about it, at first I thought Jerry Jones wouldn't be that crazy to do that, but then I realized Jerry Jones has no idea what the hell he's doing sometimes, so this might be a last-ditch effort to save whatever is left of his career. So yeah, this of his time as the owner of this team, so it probably would not be shocking at all if they somehow pull this off, but I'd like to think that they wouldn't do that. I'd like to think they have trust in Dak Prescott, but it's going to happen, isn't it? I'm just thinking about it right now. The more I think about it, it's just like... But anyway, San Francisco is going to get to pick next, and I actually get to put the mic stand down for a little bit. Oh, we're going to Japan for this pick. Is this really what I always like to know is this really happening live, or is this happening before? Oh, this is probably live. Or not. We could just go back to Green Bay. Like, what was the point of that? Roger Goodell was like, oh, come on, I know what's coming. That seemed kind of pointless to just have them say, hey, we're here, and then back to Green Bay. But what do I know?
With the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select
Ooh. But they did need help on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, plus, hey, Philadelphia's nowhere in sight. So they was just like, let's take every Georgia defensive player that we can, goddammit. But Michael Williams going to the 49ers. I like how the NFL Draft on NFL Network hasn't updated their graphics since 2013. I think this is the same graphics package they've had for the past 13 years. But then the Cowboys are up next, and if Shedeur Sanders gets past the Cowboys, I think the Steelers should be in pretty good shape, because Miami doesn't need a quarterback, Indianapolis doesn't need a quarterback, Atlanta doesn't need one, neither does Arizona, Cincinnati, Seattle, Tampa Bay, nor does Denver. The only thing that could hurt them is if, A, the Cowboys take them at this pick, or someone jumps ahead of the Steelers at 21, but we'll see. Pick is in. All right, here we go. They're not even wasting any time. It's going to happen, isn't it? Oh, I thought they said Tyler Warren, but no, they got Dak some help. So the Steelers should be in good shape, pending on that 20th pick. That could be the danger zone right there. But Tyler Booker, guard from Alabama, is going to the Cowboys. So yeah, looks like we're pretty good right now. I mean, we should be able to get him, but then again, that thought in the back of my mind. Two things I'm worried about happening. One, pick number 20, because Denver has said that they are willing to trade down to get more picks. And it could mean Cleveland or New York could move up, or another quarterback-needy team, or the Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts nightmare scenario where the Steelers can pretty much select him if they want to. And instead of doing that, they picked Tremaine Edmonds and also Chase Claypool, and they regret it for the next 7 years. I mean, that's something that could easily happen and has me extremely worried. And somebody in my chat said, speaking of them, when are they signing Rodgers? And I say, hopefully never. I hope they tell him to kick rocks, because I don't want Aaron Rodgers here. I really do not want Aaron Rodgers here. I've said it before, I've said my piece about that, but just the fact that he thinks he has leverage in this whole thing, it's just like, no, you don't, pal. And I hope that the Steelers are smart enough to tell him to kick rocks, and tell him to get lost, but we all know it's going to happen at some point. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better now. If I could feel a little bit better if we get past the 20th pick and Pittsburgh still has Sanders there, but they've had that's the third Tyler that they've had on the Cowboys O-line in the last couple of years. Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, and now Tyler Booker. Surprised they didn't go Tyler Warren. I mean, hey, you still could have continued the trend, but yeah. So Miami's coming up next, and I don't know if Tyreek Hill's coming back. So maybe this could be wide receiver territory. I don't think they're going quarterback here. I think they still believe in Tua, but I would like to think they still believe in Tua, but we'll see. All right, Miami's pick is in, and it could definitely go one of two ways. It could be defensive side, but I'm thinking more wide receiver territory, because, I don't know, was Tyreek Hill officially released yet, or are they still keeping him in? But trying to look and see who's available. Tyler Warren's still available at tight end, and then we're coming up on Shedeur Sanders on the Daniel Jeremiah best available, down to 20. Top linebacker, top cornerback still available, so it could definitely go one or the other. So they're showing Sanders once again with Coach Prime, Dion. Yeah, I was going to say, Indianapolis doesn't need a quarterback. Atlanta doesn't need one. Neither does Arizona, Cincinnati, Seattle, Tampa Bay, or Denver. So let's see what they do here. And Indianapolis will be on the clock next. Surprised we haven't had more trades. We just had that one. Yeah, they got the defensive tackle. So I guess they really do believe Tyreek Hill's going to stick around with them. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan. Well, the Colts aren't wasting too much time. They've got their pick in. So where do they go from here with Indianapolis? They still have the linebacker available, but I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised nobody has made a trade yet. I mean, we had the big one early on with Jacksonville, and then we all thought, oh, okay, that means we're going to have trade crazy, and no, it has not been like that at all. It's been relatively quiet for much of the night so far, which, I don't know. I mean, that doesn't really ignite a whole lot of excitement so far, but let's see who the Colts are going to pick. I'm thinking maybe. My guess maybe Tyler Warren, or maybe the linebacker that's still available, the guy from Georgia. Walker or Jahad Campbell from Alabama, maybe. Yep. I figured that's where they were going to go. Gronk Light. Hey, they said the same thing about Pat Freiermuth, and Pat Freiermuth turned out pretty good. And he's from Penn State, too, so not a bad choice. Not a bad choice for the Colts at all. I love how they always say that, this is a Gronk-like tight end. With Rob Gronkowski, I don't think he played at Penn State, but we also had our Travis Kelce comparison, because that's basically the only two we have to compare him to now, because what are we going to say? Oh, he reminds us of, Tony Gonzalez or Shannon Sharp, which Actually, considering what happened with Shannon Sharp today, I don't think that's a good comparison. But Atlanta, I don't know. Atlanta might trade out here. I mean, we haven't had a big trade in a while, so wouldn't be surprising at all if Atlanta doesn't keep this. If Atlanta doesn't keep this pick, they're still on the clock. I think we still have a trade possibly coming because it's now 1 minute and 35 seconds left for the Falcons, and they have yet to say the pick is in. We're going to get a trade here, I think. Because it really is like they're really letting this clock go down. Like it's just like Falcons aren't doing anything. There's nobody on the phone with anybody, nobody applauding, so maybe they made a trade. They have a lot of options there. They need a pass rusher, Walker from Georgia, Joe Campbell from Alabama. I can't remember the first name now for some reason. Watch, they'll be the one they'll get Shazor Sanders. Just like, who says we can't have 3 quarterbacks on our team? It's just like, well, you shouldn't have had 2 to begin with because you signed Kirk Cousins at a $100 million contract. Uh-oh. Did Atlanta make a pick, or did they trade, or what's going on here? Or did they pass? Oh, there we go. Pick is in. So there's the first round picks they have. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and Michael Penix Jr. Which, yeah. Talk about a bad free agent move to get Kirk Cousins and then get that guy in the same, not but a month later. It's just like, I think they have to go defense at this point. They've got their offense all ready to go. It's now about how do you help that defense out? Jihad Campbell is from Alabama. I can't remember who the Walker guy from Georgia is. I gotta have something going on here because we've been sitting here for a long time now. Oh, now they're making it. Now they're talking to a choice, which probably means that probably somebody at the green room in Green Bay, the Green Bay green room, the Green Bay room. We're not even at the halfway mark, and it's already 9:46 right now. Jalen Walker's his name. Jalen Walker from Georgia. Took a long time to get to that pick. Jesus. But I love how Roger Goodell has his own little private room as you see him walking out. Like, yeah, I just noticed that. Not a surprise. Hey, they got the Georgia kid who's in Salisbury, North Carolina for some reason. That's probably his hometown, but I don't know. But hey, there you go. Atlanta got what they needed. So Arizona's next, then Cincinnati, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Denver, and Pittsburgh. We should be good. That 20th pick, though, is what I'm most worried about now. Arizona Cardinals, they're a team that, the Arizona Cardinals are definitely one of the most mixed bag teams ever because they always have that one stretch run when they're so good and then they just can't finish the job in the second half of the season. I think they go wide receiver here. I think they get somebody to complement Marvin Harrison Jr. But, I don't know, maybe they go defensive too. I mean, there's a lot of defensive players still available to them. Yeah, but so far this is working out pretty well for what I hope is going to happen at 21. But again, it's that 20th pick I'm most worried about now. If Denver is really true about trading down at some point, and we have not had a big trade since the Jacksonville trade early on in the night, so that's got me worried. Yeah, but they're showing who's available. Barron from Texas, Jod Campbell, Omarion Hampton. I don't know why they go running back, because James Conner's been doing pretty good for them. Yeah, Matthew Golden's still available for wide receiver. Nika Buka from Ohio State. Arizona could be a really good team. They just have to be more consistent. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised they don't use the stadium when they do this. I thought they were going to do what they did in Dallas and just use the stadium for Lambeau Field as the area where the commissioner makes his picks. But no, it's right outside the building. It's just like, why even have the stadium there if you're not going to use it? Like, why even bother going there if you're not going to use the stadium in general? Which, I don't know, but then again, I'll say the same thing next year when it comes to Pittsburgh, and it's just like, well, why are they using the stadium? It's just like, my plan is hopefully to be in Pittsburgh for the draft. I feel like that's a lifetime experience that I just got to be there for that first night, at least the first night at least. But man, I want to be up there for that, and hopefully I can start saving up now to get down there, because it's going to be expensive by the time they start putting the hotels out there for. Not the hotels, but I could literally drive down there if I want to, but I don't know. It would just be easy to just go to the Landing Hotel, stay for a night, and then go watch the draft, and then leave after that. Go watch the draft on that first night, and then leave after that. That's it. Not come back again, but my point is, I'm gonna try to make it to the draft next year when it comes to Pittsburgh. So Arizona's making their pick. They're talking about They're talking about where Pittsburgh is going to possibly go, but with Shedeur Sanders. And yeah, like I said, right now, it's looking good. It's just about who's going to try to sneak up to 20. Let's see who Arizona's going to pick. I'm thinking they're going wide receiver, but they could also use help on the defensive side of the ball. Get a compliment for Marvin Harrison Jr. Or, yeah, get help on the defensive side of the ball. Walter Nolan, defensive tackle for Ole Miss. Seems like an interesting pick. Yeah, just like they said, because Calais Campbell just came back for them this year. I don't know. That's isn't it? They need help on the defensive side of the ball, but it seems really odd that they brought him in there. Maybe Calais Campbell will mentor him, and then when Calais Campbell possibly retires next year, he'll be the guy to take his place. But anyway, we're 4 picks away from Pittsburgh. Cincinnati is on the clock next. So yeah, with Cincinnati, it could definitely go, again, one of two ways. I think more than likely they need a lot of help on the defensive side of the ball, because they were just shown on TV. 25th overall for the defensive angle for Cincinnati, but 6th overall on offense. But yeah, there's a lot of good defensive players still available for them. But Omarion Hampton is there for running back, and they've been looking for somebody to fill that void ever since Joe Mixon went to the Texans. So wouldn't be surprised if they go with running back, but they may go defensive player with the players that they still have available. But yeah, we are now at the halfway point of the draft. Cincinnati has made their selection. And like I said, could go either way, defensive side, or maybe they go with Omarion Hampton at running back. Uh-oh. Now I got to worry about Seattle possibly trading back. We haven't had a trade since the Travis Hunter thing, since the Jacksonville Travis Hunter, but now I got to worry about Seattle. And of course, they're talking about how Seattle could possibly trade out because they have the pick from the DK Metcalf trade. But Cincinnati's about to pick. This could get really. This could back to being really. Back to being. I'll just let it. I'll just never mind. Lost my train of thought. Yep, they needed help on the defensive side of the ball. Jamar Stewart, Texas A&M defensive edge. So that's what Cincinnati is doing now. Back to worrying. Okay, good. Seattle's pick is in, which, I don't know, they could probably still go quarterback at this point because, I don't know, do they really believe in Sam Darnold as their future? I mean, really, what did Sam Darnold do in Minnesota last year that no other quarterback could have done beforehand? I mean, Minnesota has two of the best wide receivers in the game, Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. I mean, anybody could have gone in there and done what he did. Aaron Rodgers could go to Minnesota and do the exact same thing, but the pick is in for Seattle, so one less thing to worry about. Now I got to worry about Tampa Bay and Denver. And if nobody trades out or nobody picks a quarterback, I think we should be pretty good. I wonder who Seattle goes with here. I mean, they could. I mean, yeah. But someone just made a good point in the chat. Wide receiver help, and they're not wasting any time. Here comes Roger Goodell.
With the 18th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Gray Zabel,
Guard.
North Dakota State.
Gray Zabel, guard from North Dakota State. Interesting choice. I would have thought that with DK Metcalf gone, I would think they would need to get some wide receiver help, but maybe they're just saving it for later on in the draft. But yeah, Gray Zabel. All right, so if Tampa Bay and Denver don't trade out, I think we should be good. Well, Tampa Bay made his pick is in, and I completely forgot that Detroit picks in between Baltimore and Washington. I don't think I said them at the top. So Detroit picks right in between Baltimore and Washington. But we'll wait to see what Tampa Bay does. Hopefully we should be good on this if Denver keeps that pick at 20. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of people there. It literally does feel like a rock concert there. Like I'm almost expecting Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury coming out to go like, oh, and everybody go like, oh. So Tampa Bay is going to make their selection, and then it's all about pick 20. I'm like anxiety from inside out too right now. I'm just kind of like just sitting there, just wait, hoping to make a good impression here. But I'm scared now. I'm scared. I really am scared right now. All right, Tampa Bay with their pick, probably going on the defensive side of the ball.
With the 19th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Emeka Egbuka.
Oh, they went with a wide receiver. Interesting. That was a guy the Steelers were probably looking at if he was available. So, yeah. Get him some. That's interesting. Then again, is Chris Godwin still with the Bucs? Or did somebody pick him up? I thought he signed with somebody. No, he's still with the Buccaneers. They signed him to a 3-year, $66 million extension. That is very interesting because Mike Evans is still there. Chris Godwin got that $66 million extension, but hey, give him more weapons. Give Baker Mayfield more weapons to work with. All right, this is it, number 20. I have to think the Steelers have to get him if Denver doesn't trade out. But I'm not going to jinx myself right now. We'll see. And we're going to commercial break, so let's go ahead and expand this stress even more. So we'll be back. Yes, yes, Denver made a pick. We've got it. We've got a chance. I don't want to say we've got it yet, but we're looking good right now. Now I got to worry about the Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts nightmare scenario. He's right there for the taking, but the Steelers probably won't take him. And then he'll get picked up by somebody like the Rams or Cleveland or New York will jump up. Oh God. Well, let's find out who Denver's taking.
Eyes are now on the Pittsburgh Steelers with Shedeur Sanders still out there. We know he had a good visit. We know he's now available. We do not know if the Steelers are going to pick him. My understanding is, as of yesterday, they were going back and forth. Is the value worth it? Split in the room. We will see what decision they make.
You gotta take him. He's right there for the taking. You got to take him. Mike Tomlin, goddammit, make the right move. Art Rooney, make the right move here. So let's find out who Denver's picking. I'm feeling a little bit better now, but ask me again after the selection. And of course, we have a Make-A-Wish kid getting ready to make the pick. I think it's going to be a Make-A-Wish kid. Yeah, I figure it's got to be a Make-A-Wish kid. Yeah. Yes. Yes, we will. Why does it always feel like the Denver Broncos always have the Make-A-Wish kid making the picks? It's been like that for a long time.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Jahdae Barron, DB, Texas.
Well, they went with defense. Jahdae Barron from Texas. All right. It's go time. Now I got to worry about the Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts nightmare scenario here. Shedeur Sanders is right there at 21 for the taking. They just said that it was a split room on who they should take, and it's just like, you need a quarterback. You have to take him. He's literally right there. Like, but I said the same thing about Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. They were right there, and you passed on them, and now you've been haunted by them for the last 7 years. Don't let the same thing happen to you again with this. Make the right move, Pittsburgh. Please, please give me something to believe in this fucking town. Please. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're going up. We're going live in front of this, so I can get my live reaction to this. I probably can't say anything until it actually happens, but I have to think that this is going to happen. Yeah, I don't want Aaron Rodgers. Nobody should want Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Not the Aaron Rodgers that we have now, who's completely destroyed the Jets team. This has to be Shedeur Sanders. It has to be. Come on. I'm begging you, please. Please.
If they're not taking him here, it's got to say that they feel like they know they're getting Aaron Rodgers, or they have an absolute plan. Because if you're not taking one here, and obviously you can have Rodgers and still take a quarterback, but if you're not taking one here, you're telling your fans you've got a plan in place. Now look, I'm just telling you guys, if you went back and read my Kenny Pickett report, his strengths and weaknesses lined up with Shedeur's strengths and weaknesses as a player. They took one ride on that roller coaster in this portion of the draft.
Here we go. Please.
With the 21st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Derek Herman.
Oh! It happened. Are you kidding me? Are you friggin' kidding me? He was right there. I can't believe you're doing this again. I can't believe they did this again. You have got to be kidding me! Now that I've had a couple minutes to get out my frustration and anger, let me coin the quotes of Mel Kiper back in 1994 when the Colts passed up on drafting a quarterback in Trent Dilfer. I think this is a typical Steelers move. The Steelers need a quarterback, and to pass up a Shedeur Sanders when all you have is an Aaron Rodgers and a Mason Rudolph, give me a fucking break. That's why the Steelers are getting their butts whooped in the first round of the playoffs every single year and not battling for the Super Bowl like other clubs in the National Football League, because they don't care. They don't care about their fans whatsoever. They don't care about improving the team whatsoever. All they care about is just sticking to the norm, sticking to what makes them think they're so special. You're not. You're just like everybody else in this goddamn league, and I hope this team rots in hell for the rest of their life. Because, good Lord, I'm furious right now. Now that I've got my frustrations out here, let's get back to this draft already. So with all that said, let's see what the Chargers are going to do. I mean, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. This team is an absolute effing joke. Like, this is unbelievable. I guess now the question is going to be, which team is going to move up to go get him? Cleveland, New York? Going to be one of those two. Or they could just land right for him. I'm seriously done with this team. I'm seriously done. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And they took a running back, Omarion Hampton, at North Carolina. Which makes no sense because they just signed Najee Harris. Which, by the way, another great move by the Steelers, letting him go. They're doing this on purpose to me. They're doing this on purpose to me. I may go to bed early after this draft is over. I'm that pissed off. I'm that pissed off. Now you hear Green Bay on the clock. Green Bay could use a new wide receiver. They haven't drafted one in 23 years in the first round, so maybe now could be the time to do it. Green Bay's certainly taking their time on this. I'm wondering if they're going to trade out. Still a minute 20 to go. Okay, now the picks then. I was going to say, maybe they're waiting for somebody from the Packers to come out. Maybe Jordan Love's going to make the pick. Or they can bring out the general manager. Good Lord, Mark Murphy's going on what? There we go. Okay, that made up for it. That's a good way to introduce your first wide receiver in 23 years. Like, that speech was going on for a little bit there. It's just like, okay, Mark, wrap it up. But the way he said it is just like, okay, that's worth it. That makes it worth it in the end. So the Minnesota Vikings are about to pick next. Yeah, you can pretty much tell that after what the Steelers just did, I'm just ready for this to be over with. So here come the Minnesota Vikings. Guard from Ohio State, Donovan Jackson. So they're going to protect J.J. McCarthy. And what a shocker! Somebody has traded up back into the first round. The New York Giants have just traded with the Houston Texans. Gee, I wonder who they're going to pick. Which, if it is Shedeur Sanders, hey, it's better that he goes there than the fact that we'd have to see that the Steelers would have to see him twice a year against Cleveland. But who knows? Maybe this is Jackson Dart. Maybe the universe just wants me to just completely, I don't know. But the Giants have made it back in the first round, and obviously, I think we all know where they're going with this. Now watch the Giants choose Jackson Dart over him. But Giants and Texans. Giants get the 25th overall pick, and the Texans get a second-round pick, the 34th, and a third-round 99th, and a third-rounder next year, which really does not seem like that a whole lot in general. But you know what, Steelers? The Giants did what you should have been doing this whole goddamn time. Watch them go for Jackson Dart. It'd be so the Giants if they went with another quarterback besides Shedeur Sanders. All right, let's end this nightmare already. Oh, the Rams just traded out. Yeah, it's going to be who I think it is. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I knew they were going to do this. Yeah, because the last time you got a quarterback from Ole Miss, it worked out so well for you. Oh, God, that means the Cleveland's getting them. Like, I can't believe the Giants did that. Oh, wait, Daniel Jones didn't go to Ole Miss. Daniel Jones went to Duke. Sorry, Daniel Jones went to Duke. I'm sorry about that, but still, Jackson Dart when Shedeur Sanders is right there? What the hell? Like, what the hell is going on with Shedeur Sanders that nobody wants to take him? Just show Jackson Dart looking like a friggin' Jake Paul wannabe, like a wannabe Jake Paul. Or not Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Yeah, I can tell the difference between Jake and Logan Paul, but who are the Atlanta Falcons trading up to get then? I mean, if they wouldn't take Shedeur Sanders, would they? Yeah, like, look at him. He literally looks like a Logan Paul wannabe. I keep saying Jake Paul, but no, he literally looks like a Logan Paul wannabe. Like, I can just see him and his brother pimping out drinks that aren't covered by the FDA. So I'm wondering who the Falcons are going to take then. So Atlanta got a 26th overall pick and a 3rd round pick. And the Rams get a 2nd round pick, a 7th round pick, and a 1st round pick. Wow. The Falcons gave him a 1st round pick for who? Like who would they get up to move all the way up that high? And again, the Rams are known to do this. They've mostly been known for not drafting in the 1st round for the longest time. I think last year was the first time they did that. But here comes the selection.
To the Atlanta Falcons. With the 26th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select James Pierce Jr., defensive end, Tennessee.
Huh. I guess more defensive help for the Falcons. Was that really worth giving up a 1st round pick for him, though? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that pick. Anyway, we got 6 more after this, and then I don't know. I'm probably not gonna watch the rest of the draft after what I just had to sit through. But anyway, Baltimore is next, followed by Detroit, Washington, Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philadelphia. So the Baltimore Ravens have their pick in, and really, I don't know who they're gonna take because they're good. I mean, they're good on offense. They've got the defense could use a little bit of help, and there's some good defensive players still available to them. I'm starting to think if Detroit maybe thinks about taking Shedeur Sanders if he's there. They potentially back up Jared Goff if that day ever comes when he decides to call it quits. Just a thought I'm thinking about here, but yeah, 27th pick is in for Baltimore, so we'll wait to see what happens here in just a little bit. All right, so here we go. Ravens pick is in. They're about to select. They're thinking Malachi Starks, and that's probably the best person they have available to them right now. They don't need a quarterback. But knowing them to just rub it in the face of the Steelers, they probably would take him to back up Lamar Jackson.
With the 27th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Malachi Starks.
Yeah. Not really much of a surprise there. Lions have made their selection. So after that, it's Washington, Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philadelphia, and that's it. And then likely I'm not watching the draft again this weekend because I just can't take it. Shedeur Sanders ain't making it to the Steelers in the 80s. It's not happening. If it is, then something is clearly wrong with this kid, and nobody's telling anybody. Yeah, and Cleveland's gonna pick tomorrow, so yeah, it's gonna be him tomorrow. So, like, I'm really considering not watching the rest of the draft this weekend because what's the point? What's the point of watching it now? Why? So they can keep making these terrible picks, pointless picks that is missing out on players that they should have, but no, because they're too stubborn to think about it. Okay, I'm done. Let's just move on to the next pick. I'd be a little more optimistic if the Steelers had a second-round pick, but they didn't. They gave it to the Seattle Seahawks for DK Metcalf. So yeah, what else am I supposed to say about this? Like, okay, I said I was done. Detroit could possibly be a sleeper here for a quarterback, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Probably get some more help on the defensive side of the ball, though. Yeah, defensive help. Tyleek Williams from Ohio State. So there you go. Washington's next. Coming down to the end here, there's still 4 players left in the green room, and they're showing Shedeur Sanders once again on TV. Yeah, more than likely, this is probably the last time we're going to see him tonight. So let's see how Washington does in their first draft post Jaden Daniels. Some extra tackle help for Jaden Daniels. Josh Connolly Jr. from Oregon. So Buffalo's on the clock next at 30. 3 more picks to go. I wonder who Buffalo's going to go with this one, because they're good. I don't think they should be going wide receiver unless they need somebody to replace Amari Cooper. Probably its best player available here. Or maybe they trade up. Or maybe, not trade up, trade down with somebody. Looks like Buffalo's making a pick, so only 2 more after this. And also, I think Buffalo's learning their lesson from last year to not let Kansas City not trade with Kansas City, because they're going to get the better. They're going to get the better wide receiver, like they did last year with Xavier Worthy. Help to get another person from the Make-A-Wish Foundation to do it. If I'm pausing through if I'm going through if it feels like I'm skipping through the things here, I'm just doing it because I don't think you people want to hear this part here. Or maybe you do, I don't know, but you want to hear the pick. Let's hear the pick, kid. Maxwell Hairston from Kentucky. And there's somebody in the green room, so they can bring him out immediately. So after that, it's Philadelphia, then... Oh, Philadelphia? Philadelphia traded up against Kansas City. I wonder why they swapped picks. Okay, so it sounds like the Eagles traded the 32nd pick and a 164th pick to the Chiefs. And the Chiefs trade the number 31 to the Eagles. So that's the trade right there. As Maxwell Hairston comes out, and we find out what Philadelphia is going to do at 31. They certainly are putting a lot of emphasis on the fact that these people are hugging everybody, like it was a big deal. Like at least Jamie Erdahl is. It's just like she's like, you've hugged this person, you've hugged that person. It's like what happens when you go to Cannes, and it's just like everybody's just like, everyone stood for 20 minutes and applause for 50 minutes, like that type of stuff. And it's just like, okay, what's the point? Anyway, Philadelphia's next. Yeah, no Georgia player. Alright, let's see who Philadelphia's going to take. Figured. Jahad Campbell. More defensive help for the Philadelphia Eagles. What more can you say? So as we're coming to the end of the draft with Kansas City on the clock, I just feel like I'm going to wrap this up right now because, yeah. This draft overall was kind of boring. I mean, for the most part, I mean, it started off like we were going to have a big night because Jacksonville makes that big trade early on with getting Travis Hunter, and you think, okay, this is where the insanity starts to take place. And then after that, it just kind of died down after that. It's just kind of like, and really it died down for me, obviously, when the Steelers passed up on Shedeur Sanders, when he was literally right there, and that means that basically Cleveland's probably going to take him tomorrow when the draft opens up again, because that's just the way life goes sometimes. Like, for the third time in my life, I have to see a promising quarterback talent that the Steelers desperately needed, and again, just pass on him like he's not important. Like, he's not, like, do you want to win a Super Bowl or don't you? Like, seriously, do you want to win a Super Bowl or don't you? Because you let Lamar Jackson pass you by because you didn't want to piss off Ben Roethlisberger. Then you let Jalen Hurts pass you by because, again, you didn't want to piss off Ben. And you had Shedeur Sanders right there, but you didn't take him because, oh, he has similarities to Kenny Pickett. Well, guess what? Kenny Pickett's won a Super Bowl, which is more than anything that you motherfuckers are going to be doing later on down the road. And, yeah, I know. The last 10 picks, I've been really, like, hold on.
Trying to get a trade. They thought they had a trade, thought it was done. The Chargers ended up trying to get at 23, again at 24, now get Campbell at 31.
I guess Philadelphia was trying to trade up, but anyway, like, Kenny Pickett has a Super Bowl now. And now he's going to have the pleasure of dismantling his former team twice a year now, which is probably what Shedeur Sanders is going to do after you hyped him up to be the next big thing. And, of course not. And, yeah, now we're going to be stuck with a 40-plus-year-old quarterback who isn't the same guy that he was 4 years ago, and Mason Rudolph. I mean, just why should anybody be happy with this team right now? I've been going on Twitter afterwards and seeing all the Pittsburgh sports media being like, "Oh, they made the greatest decision ever." I was just like, no, they didn't. They pleased you. You're the only people in this town that are happy about this whole thing. Like I don't. It's like you don't want a diva around here. Well, guess what? You have it. Guess what? Divas win you championships, as you see what happens with Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster and Le'Veon Bell's been to a Super Bowl, and George Pickens will be in a Super Bowl later on if they trade him, which more than likely will happen. And just this year, Kenny Pickett. It's just like I know I've been ranting for the last hour ever since it happened, but I'm sorry. I can't take it anymore. I just can't take it anymore. It's like I said before. It's like getting back together with an ex and then realizing that she's banging your brother or your best friend behind your back, and breaking your heart once again. It's just like it's a freaking joke. And Kansas City's picking in, so they're gonna make their selection anyway. So, but yeah, that's. I really am not considering watching the draft anymore because I don't want to be taken on another ride once again. Again, the Steelers have made their bed. They're going to go with it. They're going to go against everything they stand for, so they can appease a guy who completely destroyed the New York Jets with his decisions. And you know what? Good. I hope he does the same thing to the Steelers. I hope he makes as big of a disaster with the Steelers as he did with the Jets, because that would just be perfect poetic justice. Anyway, let's hear Kansas City with the last pick of the night. Offensive line help for Patrick Mahomes. Josh Simmons from Ohio State. So yeah, sorry to end this on kind of a sour note here, but just that, God, those last 10 picks just really, I got nothing else. And this was supposed to be a fun night. This was supposed to be a night that I was supposed to look forward to, but I don't know, man. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know. That's the best way to say it. I just don't know. But anyway, hopefully this was entertainment for somebody out there. And if it was, hey, more power to you. You got more enjoyment out of it than I did. And yeah. Well, with all that said, though, thank you guys so much for watching and joining me on this. It's been almost 4 hours now of waiting for this, and yeah, it is what it is. So with all that said, I'm going to head out of here. I'll be back on Sunday, of course, with another episode of the Reviewing Network Live. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go to bed early, man. I'm just out of it. So, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you got some entertainment out of this. If you did, please hit that playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. I feel like I'm doing a Time About the Movies episode, which I gotta do that tonight, too. Maybe it'll take my mind off of things. But if you like this, check out the playlist. Check out the previous episode I did. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. And hit that like button, subscribe button, notification button, and the bell. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, we are out.